So, there
Followed by
is a
Riverside
Hot Wheels
Avenue.
movie that is officially being made, and it is being directed by none other than John Chu, who just directed Wicked and also directed Crazy Rich Asians. And they have the writers who wrote one of the Creeds and wrote their clone Tyrone are going to be the writers for it. This is interesting because this is obviously following suit from Barbie and Mattel trying to get any of their properties to be the next big Barbie billion-dollar franchise. They got the A24 Barney movie that's being made, which that is still fucking wild that they actually have a Barney movie that's being made by A24, presumably adult Barney film. That's still just kind of crazy. That's actually a thing. That just sounds like a fucking fever dream. But nonetheless, they are also making alongside that and alongside, I think they're making Barbie 2. They might as well make a Barbie 2. I mean, no film today that makes $1 billion+ is not going to get a follow up. So obviously there's going to be a Barbie 2. And then there's a Barney film being made by A24. And so obviously Hot Wheels is following in suit. And so they are making one. And I don't really know how this is going to go because with Hot Wheels, it's not really a property that lends itself to being a marketable film. Because with Barbie, there's decades of rich lore, characters, plots with different stories from books to shows. There's a lot of source material. I mean, hell, even Barney has a lot of source material. But I mean, Hot Wheels, I don't know how you make a Hot Wheels movie and just not make it a generic racing film or a generic action racing film. Like I don't know what you can really do with a Hot Wheels movie other than just racing. But then that begs the question of why is it a Hot Wheels movie? Because Hot Wheels really doesn't have any type of like cohesive like central lore to it. Like it's just cars. That's all it is. It's just cool cars that you play with. That's all it is. And I don't know how you make a blockbuster film that becomes a pretty profitable franchise or a profitable film off of that. I don't know how you do that because I don't see people really wanting to go see a Hot Wheels movie. I mean, because also it'd just be like, what am I watching other than just cool looking cars driving? I mean, if that's the case, you might as well look at a Fast and Furious movie and it'd be more crazy, more out there, more action. So I don't know how they're going to make this just not a generic racing film or generic action car movie. I mean, I'm sure they'll probably make this an over convoluted plot with, espionage and, action sequences with spies and martial artists. And they'll probably have like John Wick type characters, or they'll probably just jump straight into the current day Fast and Furious era where they'll just have, fucking borderline superhuman, somehow also normal humans doing crazy shit with all these cool cars. That's all I can see that could make this really stand out because otherwise I just don't really see what the marketability of a Hot Wheels films is. Like I get it. I get why they're doing this because they're just trying to make anything they can into a $1 billion franchise or hoping for it to be a $1 billion franchise. But I just don't think Hot Wheels is it because like again, there's not much you can do with it. I don't even know if the best ride. I mean, maybe if you get a really good rider in there, they can make something unique and something interesting that is a exclusively Hot Wheels oriented type of story. But there's not much you can really do because it's just cars. It's just cool cars that you play with. There's not a lot you can do. I mean, fucking Barney has more lore and more material to work with than Hot Wheels. I mean, I think this is probably up there with Uno with like the worst type of film to make. Like, this would be like them trying to make an Uno movie. Like, how the fuck are you going to do that? Like, what is the selling point? Like, I mean, what's next? They're going to make a fucking Mega Blocks movie or a fucking whatever else they have. I don't know what else Mattel has the property. But I mean, I just think that this probably will bomb at the box office. And I mean, I don't know. I guess depending on how Barney and how Barbie 2 perform at the box office when they come out. I guess that'll kind of depend on whether Mattel will keep being all in on trying to make these toy brands into, billion-dollar franchises, or if they'll try to, do something different. I personally think that Barbie 2 probably will maybe not be as successful as the first one, but I think it'll definitely be successful. Barney, that I don't know, because just the combination of what the Barney movie is shaping up to be, I can't really gauge whether that will be a unique art house type of film, or just, one of these generic, Disney ripoff movies like, Blood and Honey or the Steamboat Willie, ripoff shit that they've been doing. I don't know. I feel like that could go either way. That's still to see. I think we'll have to see more, from that movie to kind of gauge what that might end up being. But considering they got the guy that directed Wicked, and they got the guy that also did Crazy Rich Asians, that's a take for sure. I wouldn't really associate him with this type of movie. I mean, in fact, the guy who would probably be, for better or worse, suited for this film, I think, is Michael Bay. I think Michael Bay would probably be one of the best directors you could have. And I think also this is a film that could kind of lend itself to Bayhem, as has been coined over the last decade. I think having a Hot Wheels film with Michael Bay directing it and all the crazy shit that he loves to do with action and explosions and set pieces, I think that could be kind of cool. That would be something I think people go see. I think even though people, not everyone, but a lot of people kind of aren't really too big of fans of Michael Bay, mostly because of Transformers. I think if he did a Hot Wheels film and he was just able to just let loose and just do what he wanted to do and just go as crazy as he wanted to, I think people would just be morbidly curious of, like, fucking Michael Bay in a Hot Wheels movie. I mean, that's just something I would go watch it just out of curiosity to see how the fuck is this going to turn out. Like, this is probably going to be insane, whether it's good or bad. It's just a matter of just how crazy it's going to be and just how over the top it's going to be, because Michael Bay. So I think that he probably should have been the better selection for this, because I just think that his style and just his filmography with the Transformers films would lend itself well to this. I mean, and hell, if I mean, considering Hot Wheels is a fucking ridiculous property to make into a film to begin with, I mean, you might as well make like a Mad Max Hot Wheels film. I mean, why not? That would be something different. It'd be unique. It'd be something different that you wouldn't expect from, Hot Wheels. I don't know how you would actually do a Mad Max Hot Wheels film, but I'm sure if you got the right director in there, the right writer with them, they could probably make it work. That's just me just spitballing a few ideas, because I don't know. I think what they probably are going to end up doing is just what I said earlier, just a generic racing film, or just a generic action racing film, which is going to have some cool cars and probably a lot of A-listers, or a main A-lister as the main character. And it might do okay or bomb at the box office, and that'll be the end of the Hot Wheels cinematic universe, or the Hot Wheels films, in general. I'll be curious to see. But anyways, I guess that's all I got for this. Just kind of curious, because I don't really know how this is going to turn out. Like, I think this might be a cool little film, or it just might be a bomb that just kind of is forgotten in a week. But nonetheless, let me know what you think. If you're interested, if you think it's gonna, succeed or fail, or if if you're even going to be interested in seeing the film when it comes out. But other than that, I think I'm gonna call it a day here, and I'll see you good people later.